Bonjour, mon cœur. It's your Archon of Wisdom, and I am going to get right into it today. We are not going to play around today. We've got some serious stuff to talk about. Just a little intro for you guys, okay? We have talked about this situation here on this channel quite a bit. I made probably 3, maybe 4 videos about it. And that is the situation happening between Dent and Adam McIntyre, specifically surrounding the Gabby Hanna allegations, guys. But Adam McIntyre spoke out yesterday about it finally. I'm personally really happy he finally did speak out about it. I think he should have spoken out about it a little bit sooner. That's my opinion. But only because the situation has spread so out of control now. And that's not by any means Adam McIntyre's problem, guys. This situation should have never been a battle between Dent and Adam McIntyre. This situation is about Gabby Hanna, okay? We're talking about the Gabby Hanna allegations. It's not about your beef with commentator this, commentator that. I didn't like how you covered me here. I didn't like how you covered me there. And just before we go over things, guys, I want to say that I do feel like Jen is falling into the pattern that a lot of victims fall into. And I'm saying this from personal experience. I'm not just pulling this out of my ass, guys, okay? I'm saying this because I have a tendency to do it, because I have seen other people who are victims do it as well. It's a very common pattern, and it's an understandable pattern, okay? When you are not listened to for so long, and you have had to defend yourself for so long, so hard, writing for just yourself, that you start being overly combative to everyone around you who's not directly holding on to the reins while you are trying to regain the puppet strings out from under that abuser, to reclaim your story, to reclaim your power, and regain some self-control. It's very common. It happens a lot. Again, this path of revenge, I've seen it happen a lot. And it's very understandable when you are so out of control all the time, when you've had your story taken out from under you for so long and people have not believed you for so long. It's so incredibly easy to get caught in this disastrous cycle of I need revenge, I need revenge, I need to be vindicated. I need to be vindicated over and over and over and over again until it feels correct. But the thing is, we have to remember, it's never going to feel correct. It's never going to feel enough. Because nothing is ever going to change what happened to victimize you. You cannot go back in time. You cannot rewrite history. We cannot take away that abuser's power before they executed over us. It's not possible. There is never going to be enough. It's never going to be enough. You're never going to feel like it's enough. That's why revenge is such a slippery slope. That's why it's such a trope in movies and TV shows and stuff like that. That's why, you know? Now, given that clarity, what we're going to specifically talk about is the video that creator Sixpence put out. And it is a lengthy, I want to say it's 3.5 hours, but it might actually be 4. It's a lengthy watch. And it is a video, quote unquote, defending Dent. It is a video, an expose against Adam McIntyre. Basically, and the title of the video was even like, excuse me. Oh my god, the title of the video was like, Adam McIntyre turns Gabby Hanna's victim into the villain. Like, that's what it was. It was ridiculous. I honestly am still I mean, you guys can go look at my content. I think the last one I labeled was called the Twilight Zone episode because I was so confused, so violently confused as to why people were so against Adam McIntyre. And I just, like, I forget because, like, I've been in the muckers for so long. I've been following him for so long that I honestly, truly do forget about the days when it was popular to hate on Adam McIntyre and when it was happening more frequently, because I don't see it as much. So seeing all of this weird compounded hate driven by Jen Dent's very bizarre to me to begin with, okay? The things that she was saying and the things that she was saying she was seeing were not matching up with what I was seeing. Right, okay, so, like, especially when she was like, the hate comments from the muckers, and I was like, hate comments from the muckers? Where? Like, is my algorithm broken? Am I just, like, I mean, I was looking through comments, guys, like, where do I see, like, genuine hate comments that are not just constructive criticism? And yes, I know that can be a little, subject to perception, we'll say, but I just really was not seeing anything remotely in the realm of hate. And I'm not saying the muckers aren't above it, because we're not. Okay, they're not. It just depends on who it is, right? But it's not an overly hateful fandom, in my opinion. And I've been in a lot of fandoms. I've been in the fandom circuit since I was, like, 9 years old, okay? So, I've been through fandom circuits for the last decade, okay? Everything from anime to furries to comic books to media, to bands, you name it. So, your guy gets around, okay? So, a couple of things that came to light because of this Sixpence video. I'm just going to go and highlight stuff. If you guys want a more in-depth video, please go watch Paige Christie. Paige Christie's video was really in-depth, or Peter Mon's, but specifically Paige Christie, because she's been getting... Her video about this was so incredibly touching and hurtful to me to see that kind of raw emotion. And I'm very thankful that she shared that, especially as a POC creator, but please don't get me started, okay? We'll circle back around to Paige Christie, but first things first, things that were revealed in the Sixpence video. Jen Dent has a best friendship with Cody Tyler. Jen Dent also has a best friendship with Sixpence. Okay? So, right off the bat, and again, I'm saying best friendship, quote unquote, I'm saying that specific phrasing because that is how it has been laid out by those people. Okay? That is the way that it is laid out in Sixpence's video. That is what they are claiming. So, secondarily, something I really wanted to talk about with this Sixpence video that I see a lot of fans talking about. Again, I'm a mucker. I'm in the fandom, secretly undercover in the fandom. No, but I'm in the fandom, so I have conversations with muckers in the YouTube comments, in our groups and stuff like that, So I see this coming up more so in fan discussions than I do see it coming up with creators, although I think Paige Christie also mentioned something about this, but Sixpence proceeds to compare Alyssa to Colleen Ballinger. And they are comparing them in the sense of they are saying it takes 2 seconds to Google and you would find this information. First of all, as somebody that also covered the Alyssa drama when it first came out, that is not true. No, you cannot. You were not able to just Google her name. Give me a freaking break. Okay, that's ridiculous. She was a niche member of a specific fandom. Okay? That's like me going to a furry group and being like, do you know Kyle? Do you know Kyle the furry? What? That makes no bloody sense whatsoever. That is a complete false equivalence. That is something, that is a straw man argument that many abusers use. Okay? What the actual fuck? That is a complete false equivalency. Colleen Ballinger is a case where mainstream media was covering it. Alyssa is not even in... Oh my god, let me calm down. Alyssa is not in the same caliber as a mainstream media celebrity. Okay? Get your head out of your anus, please. That is such a false equivalency. That is literally the type of stuff that domestic abusers used to say to me. That genuinely crazy. Okay? So no. Alyssa is not on the same caliber and was never on the same caliber and is still not on the same caliber as Colleen motherfucking Ballinger. Are you kidding me? Okay, great. Happy we got that out of the way. The last part we're going to talk about is, again, circling back to Paige Christie. The reason why Paige Christie did this big video is because she comes up at the end of Sixpence's video, where Sixpence basically says a bunch of really nasty stuff about her. Now, I'll explain. But Sixpence claims that the reason why they're so infuriated and so sensitive about the Dent situation is because women are made to be docile and not have emotions and are not allowed to be angry. This is something I agree with, okay? But the hypocrisy is not lost on me, because then she goes on to call out Paige Christie, say that Paige Christie should have known better because she's a black woman, okay? Says that Paige Christie is obviously overly angry, over emotional, just based on facial expressions, and basically proceeds to adhere Paige Christie to the angry black woman stereotype, while supposedly rooting for another woman. This is not how... This is what infuriates me, because this is not how feminism works. You cannot be a feminist, ride or die for one woman and then be a misogynist piece of shit to all other women. That's not how it works. You're still a misogynist piece of shit. How else do you explain men that get wives but they're misogynists? Hello? You're just as bad. Alright? If we're gonna achieve feminism, truly, we need to all work together. And yes, that does mean working together with men, and working together with POCs, and working together with other marginalized groups, you piece of fucking shit. You're what's wrong with the world. You're why we keep being divided by these fucking white people, by slave masters, because you want to play colorism games and you want to play angry black women stereotypes. What the actual fuck is wrong with you? You're not a feminist. And don't ever say you're writing for women after the way that you treated Paige fucking Christie. That's all I'm gonna say, guys. Those are my main hitting points with this video. I'm obviously, you can tell I'm very, pissed off. I could probably talk to you guys about this for a fucking hour, but I'm not going to, because Sunday is our time to chill. Alright? We're going to keep an eye out. We're going to see how this develops. I really, really, really need Jen to fuck off at this point. I'm done mincing words. Jen, you're being an evil piece of shit. And I tried to tell you before in other videos that you were starting to hit that edge of the line where you were bullying people, and now you've gone full throttle over the fucking edge. So please, Jen, shut the fuck up. That's all I have to say, guys. Thank you. I love you very much. Go drink your water. Be kind to animals. I love you. Go give your mom, your dad, your cousin, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your grandma, your grandpa a kiss. I love you very much. Goodbye.